In the beginning of this story, we are shown a scene from 20,000 years ago where a man named Tao had come hunting with his tribe so that these people can gather food for the winter. Then he saw a herd of wild buffaloes, and seeing this, Tao asked his people to be ready for the attack. Now these people slowly approached those wild buffaloes, and as soon as they got the chance, they attacked them. Now everything was fine up to this point, but then suddenly one of them ran after Tao's son, Keda. Now since Keda had come hunting for the first time, he got scared of these wild buffaloes and ran away. But then these wild buffaloes threw him in the air and badly injured him. After this, he trapped Keda in his horn and took him to the ravine. Now Tao also saw all this, and to save his son, he threw a spear on that buffalo. But despite being injured, this buffalo did not stop and took Keda to the ravine. Now here this story goes into flashback, and we are shown a scene from a week ago when the people of the tribe were preparing to go hunting and were making different types of weapons for themselves. Now that night, Keda's mother told Keda's father that don't take my son hunting because he is not ready for it yet and I don't want to lose him at such a young age. On this, Keda's father says that the winter season is coming and if we don't go hunting, then our whole village will be killed by hunger. Now the next morning, Tao set out hunting with the people of the tribe, and after walking for a long time, they reached a monument made of stone which was made in memory of their ancestors. According to a tradition of this tribe, if someone is killed during hunting, then the people of the tribe make a stone monument in his memory. Here Tao and his companions kept moving forward, that is when they meet another tribe. Now the people of this tribe were also out hunting, so they all decided to move forward together. Now that evening, they all together caught a wild boar, and Keda was given the responsibility of killing this boar. Now Keda had never killed a mosquito, so it was a big deal to kill this boar. Seeing this, Tao was very disappointed and explained to Keda that if this continues, then you will never be able to become the leader of this tribe, and even if you don't want to, you will have to give your place to someone else. Now at night, they all lit a fire and sat next to it and started cooking their prey. But then they heard the voice of a wild animal, which Tao told everyone to be careful. But before they could think of anything, a lion attacked them and took away a boy named Kappa. Now the next morning, they made a monument in the memory of Kappa and moved forward in search of the prey. They all kept walking for hours, but today they did not find any useful prey, and so they decided to spend the night in a stone cave. Here Keda's father made a star tattoo on his hand and told him that if you follow these stars at night, then you will reach your tribe. Actually, it was a kind of map, so that if someone gets lost during the hunt, then he can follow these stars and reach his home. Now the next morning, these people again went in search of the prey, and as soon as they walked a little further, they saw the footprints of some wild buffaloes. After this, all these people gradually reached near the wild buffaloes, and as soon as they got a chance, they attacked them. And now this story came from where it started. A buffalo badly injured Keda and threw him into this big cave. Here, the people of the tribe thought that Keda must have fallen into the cave and died. But when they went near, he was still hanging on a rock. But now these people can save him, that at that time Keda's hand slipped and he started going down into the cave. But fortunately, he did not fall directly into the cave and fell on a rock and fainted. Seeing this, Tao started going down to save his son. But the rest of the people of the tribe stopped him from doing this. They explained to Tao that there is no use of all this because after falling from such a height, it is impossible to save anyone. However, Tao did not pay attention to these things and sat on the edge of the rock and started calling out to his son. As soon as it got dark, Keda did not regain consciousness. And that's why Tao also agreed that his son is no longer in this world. Now the next morning, the people of the tribe said goodbye to Keda and took their prey and left for the tribe. A few hours passed, but Keda still did not regain consciousness. Meanwhile, a sparrow's eye fell on Keda and he thought he was dead and came to him. But as soon as he started eating Keda, Keda immediately regained consciousness, and in a single blow, he grabbed the sparrow's neck and threw it down. Now seeing himself on this rock, Keda got very scared and started screaming for help. But soon he realized that there is no one here to help him. Now Keda did not want to die like this, so he started climbing the rock. After a lot of effort, he came up a little bit, but now there was no way to go ahead. But despite this, Keda did not give up and risked his life to hang on the rock. Now here his luck was with him, and very soon it started raining heavily. This heavy rain turned that big ravine into a river, and seeing this, Keda got an idea. Now that Keda did not know how to swim, he guessed the depth of the water and jumped down. But as soon as he fell into the water, he fainted, and when he regained consciousness the next morning, he was lying on the bank of a river. Now Keda was alive, but his leg was in such a bad condition that he could not even move it properly. Actually, due to falling from such a height, his leg bone had shrunk and his leg was completely swollen. Now Keda courageously stuck his leg in the middle of the rocks and fixed his broken bone. After this, he used a stick to support his leg and quickly reached the top of the rock from where he fell down. When he reached the top and saw his name on the rock, he completely broke and started crying. Then he heard some strange sounds, and when he turned around, he saw a group of wolves. Now he could think of something, and these wolves attacked him and started moving towards him. Now to save his life, Keda started climbing a tree, but then one of the wolves grabbed his leg and pulled it down. Seeing this, Keda immediately took out his weapon and attacked the wolf and injured him. After this, he climbed the tree and decided to stay on this tree until the wolves left. Now it was night, but these wolves were still not ready to leave. Here Keda had no other choice, so he spent the whole night on this dry tree. The next morning he saw that the wounded wolf was still there, but his other companions had already left. Now first of all, Keda made a weapon with his knife so that he could kill the wounded wolf. Because Keda knew that if he didn't kill this wolf, then this wolf would kill him. After this, he came down and went ahead to kill this wolf. But when he saw it in his eyes, he felt pity on this wounded wolf and he changed his mind to kill it. However, he could not leave this wolf open like this, so he tied his mouth with a rope and started moving forward with it on his shoulder. Now after walking all day, they reached a small cave where they spent the night. The next morning, Keda collected some herbs and grinded them on his wounds. Meanwhile, when Keda was drinking water, this wolf opened the rope tied on his mouth. Now seeing this, Keda was a little scared at first, but then he calmed down and went ahead to give water to this wolf. Now here this wolf tried to scare Keda by showing his teeth, but despite this, Keda remained calm and tried to give him water. Now seeing this behavior of Keda, the wolf also calmed down because he had understood that he was no longer in danger from the wolf. After this, Keda cleaned the worms on his wound and applied herbs on it. Now that evening, Keda hunted a rabbit and started lighting a fire in the cave to cook it. Meanwhile, the wolf tried to snatch the rabbit from him, but Keda scared him and calmed him down. And to show himself strong, he started eating the rabbit raw. Seeing this, the wolf got scared and quietly sat in a corner. Now that night, Keda got a lot of relief after eating food because he had not eaten anything for the past few days. Here he also fed the wolf a little, and the wolf also started eating quietly like a pet dog. Now since Keda was very injured, he decided to stay in this cave for a few days. Days passed by and one night Keda saw the tattoos on his hand. Seeing this, he remembered his home and decided to return home before it snowed. Now the next morning, Keda leaves for his home and asks the wolf to go to his family. But when the wolf did not move, Keda decided to go alone. Now as he went a little further, Keda noticed that someone was following him. And when he turned around, it was the wolf. Here Keda threw a stick and tried to scare the wolf, but instead of running away, the wolf came to Keda. This wolf was supposed to be a dog, but due to family pressure, it turned out to be a wolf. Now as they went a little further, they saw some wild pigs. And as soon as they saw them, the wolf ran towards them to hunt them. Now to escape the wolf, the pigs ran towards Keda, but instead of killing them, Keda got scared of them and ran away. Here the wolf was very disappointed with Keda, because of which they will have to sleep hungry tonight. However, soon they became friends again and Keda named him Alpha. Now that evening, Alpha saw a little rabbit and this time he didn't make any mistake. He hunted the rabbit and they ate together at night. Now when it was time to sleep, Alpha snuck away from Keda so that they don't get cold. The days went on like this and they kept moving towards their destination. In the next few days, Keda also learned to hunt with the help of Alpha, and as soon as they saw each other, their friendship grew stronger. Now the winter season had arrived. In the winter, this whole area was covered with a white sheet of snow and snowy winds were blowing all around. Despite this, Keda and Alpha didn't give up and kept moving towards their home. Even in this snowy weather, these two somehow managed to hunt and survived. Now one day while walking, the snow under Keda's feet broke and he fell into the water. Actually, it was a small lake that had frozen due to the cold. Here Keda tried to come up but he couldn't find the way out. Here Alpha tried to break the ice and get his friend out, but this poor guy's weight was not enough to break this thick layer of ice. Now when Keda couldn't find the way, he quickly took out his knife and started breaking the ice from inside. After a lot of effort, Keda finally broke the ice and came out of the water with the help of Alpha. After this, he quickly took off his clothes and lit a fire nearby and warmed himself up. These two spent the night here and continued their journey the next morning. After walking for a few hours, Keda saw a man sitting outside the tent and he was very happy to see him. But when he went closer, all his happiness disappeared because this man had frozen to death due to the cold. After this, Keda took the bow and arrow from this man and walked ahead with Alpha. These two walked for a long time, but after a while, another problem knocked at their door. These two faced a group of wild dogs who attacked them as soon as they saw them. To save themselves from these dogs, they quickly entered a cave and started waiting for the dogs. But when they didn't see any movement, they relaxed and sat there. But they were unaware of the fact that the cave they were in was of a dangerous wild boar. Now these two were able to think that a black panther came in front of them, and as soon as he saw Keda, he attacked him. But like every time, Alpha came in the middle and tried to save Keda from this boar. But this boar was quite big in size and it was hitting Alpha hard. Seeing this, Keda took out the bow and arrow and bravely dropped an arrow on the boar. Luckily, Keda's arrow hit the target, and as soon as the arrow hit, the boar fell to the ground. After this, Keda cleaned Alpha's wounds and applied herbal ointment on it. Keda was thankful to Alpha because I don't know how many times Alpha saved his life in this journey, and that's why he wanted to take Alpha home with him. The next morning, these two continued their journey and slowly moved forward. After walking for many hours, Keda finally saw the monument which we saw in the beginning of the movie. And it meant that now these two are very close to their destination. Seeing this, Keda was very happy and continued to move forward. But in the meantime, Alpha fell to the ground because he was very weak due to his wounds. Seeing this, Keda understood that now Alpha will not be able to walk on his feet. So he picked up Alpha in his lap and slowly started moving forward. Finally, his hard work paid off and he reached a place and saw his settlement from a distance. Seeing his settlement after so many days, Keda was very happy. After this, he quickly reached his settlement where he fell to the ground. Now when Keda's parents saw him, their feet scratched the ground and they immediately hugged Keda. Here Keda told his uncle to save Alpha at any cost and he fainted after saying this. A few hours later, when Keda regained consciousness, he was inside his house and Alpha was also lying next to him. Here he found out that Alpha gave birth to 2 children. This means that Alpha is a mother wolf and during this journey, she was pregnant. Despite this, she supported Keda at every step and saved his life many times. Knowing this, Keda's love for Alpha grew even more and he hugged Alpha. I hope you liked this story. If you liked the video, then like it and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video, but until then be safe and keep chilling.